this all about? He's alive! The Doc's alive! He's in the Old West, but he's alive! Never did! You alright? You need any help? There's only one man who can help me.
She said 2 words.
What 2 words? What were they? What did she say?
Bad wolf. You afraid of the big bad wolf, Doctor?
Allons-y, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bad Wolf broadcast. Like many doctors throughout the years, sometimes they go away for a little bit, but they always come back. So just like that, we also have been gone for a little bit, mostly because there has been no news and no new episodes of the show. But today we come with a little bit of something. And with me always is
Oti, we're back. The Doc's alive.
and he's probably in the Old West, if we're being honest.
He could be. He's in 2026, but he's alive. Yeah, we're back. We just like maybe a week ago, I was thinking like, what are we gonna do about this? Are we gonna because I still love Doctor Who. I didn't want to like stop talking about it, but there was nothing going on. There were no news. We had heard, I think, from one of the executives at BBC being like, "No, we'll get back to Doctor Who." But then I had someone burst my bubble sharing news in the 90s, being like, "No, we have plans for Doctor Who." It's like, oh, okay, like 15 years from now, great. So yeah, I was a bit bummed out, like not getting absolutely anything. Did you see, by the way, they had this announcement that they were gonna release the Series 10 soundtrack?
Yes.
And they did this thing like, oh, we're listening to the fans and we've answered one of the biggest questions. Like, finally, we're releasing a soundtrack from 5 seasons ago or something.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess.
It's cool, and I will give them that. Usually throughout the years, they're very good at releasing like the music from the seasons. And for some reason, season 10 had never come out. Like they went immediately from season 9 to Jodie. So it was just kind of like a weird thing that we didn't get the music from season 10. And also it's like it's Capaldi music. That Capaldi music really has a special place in my heart. But true, it was one of those. It was.
I don't think that's
it was like a bait and
question
switch
in the fandom right
That's
now.
the thing. It's definitely a bait and switch when they say something like "we're listening to the fans," but then they're like, "Yeah, we're listening to like the lesser questions that fans are asking instead of the big ones."
Yeah, so whatever, but none of that matters anymore.
Yeah, because here we are.
We finally got news, and we got news from the horse's mouth, and that's like the other thing about this. Like it's from the official BBC page, so we don't have to take it with a grain of salt. We can, how they say in Puerto Rico, comprarle el costo. Like this is what is happening apparently, unless the world ends.
So basically, the War of the Land and Sea is going to be the ongoing Doctor Who show.
Yeah, and by the way, before we get into it, I don't know if you saw, there was a shift in the.
They're premiering it earlier, right?
In the UK, and it's coming later to the US, which is also interesting. So okay,
hey, that's why I got those VPNs, baby.
So okay, we get the news. BBC confirms future of Doctor Who and a new Christmas special in 2026. I'm not gonna read through all of it, although it's pretty short. Basically what they're saying is like, hey, the Doctor will be back. There will be a Christmas, or Doctor Who will be back. There will be a Christmas special in 2026. So we don't get one this year, but we get one next year. That's cool. That's great.
Yeah.
They also say that the partnership with Disney Plus is over. So even if you're not watching the War of Land and Sea, maybe don't get rid of that VPN. um, or there are other
No,
ways to watch, which I will not endorse in this
no,
show.
no. Well, it's interesting because that is how I used to watch the show before there was like,
VPNs.
yeah, like
Okay.
before Disney and before like the new generation where everything came to Netflix fairly quick or you could find places online to see it. Yeah, like new episodes, VPN them straight from the BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
Which is probably how I'm gonna watch the Christmas special. Because I feel like uh, now I've gotten used to seeing the Christmas special at Christmas with these
Mm,
because
yeah.
before the Christmas special to me was a January special. If
Yeah.
that's because that's when I would be able to watch it. And the last 2 years now, right? It's been 2, 3. We've been able to watch them like on Christmas as they're meant to be watched, right?
But we had the Ruby Sunday and then the Joy to
Well,
the World.
and you could technically consider all those Tenant specials Christmas specials because they
Really?
released them around. It was like Thanksgiving, right? It was like
Yeah, it was November, early
yeah,
November,
yeah, end of November. So I'm
early,
considering those Christmas specials,
early November.
holiday specials.
Okay. So, by the way, it's also been a weird time for Doctor Who. We actually talked about this briefly, but they took it out, or they were gonna take it out of HBO Max. So, like, right now in the US, there's no legal way to watch Doctor Who via streaming. The only way is through DVDs or buying
And
them.
I'm very intrigued by the future of the distribution in general because while we know the Disney partnership is over, does that mean that they're going to remove them from Disney like
It's a
at
good
some point, or
question.
will they keep them there as like at least a jumping off point for anybody who wants to see it? What I don't want to happen is that it continues that way forever. And then the only way to watch Doctor Who is by having 4 different subscriptions. Like, like you can watch the first, like, Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant on HBO, and then you can watch Matt Smith on Hulu, and then you can watch fucking
That'd be
Capaldi here. I'm
super
like, I don't
weird.
want that. I don't want that at all. Give
No.
me one place to watch the show.
No, I mean, with the new episodes, it made sense because it was like a new show,
Yeah.
technically. So, whatever, it's on Disney. Um, but I, I really, I would imagine they'll stay on Disney for a while. Maybe there's an agreement. There's probably an agreement on how long they'll be there, and then they'll lose the rights or have the chance to renew them. I don't know. Um, I do wonder, like, where it's all gonna land, though, because like Doctor Who has been available in the US for a while, since I remember streaming existing. They were
Yeah.
on Netflix at first, and they moved to HBO.
BBC America tried to put them. They never started like a streaming system, and actually, the BBC doesn't have a streaming service. It's literally their website that you can go and watch
Yeah, I know.
episodes, which is, I think, is the best thing ever. But BBC America, for a while during the end of Matt Smith's tenure, tried to do that, but there was a lot of like legalities with the like the distribution rights and all that sort of stuff, licensing and whatever, and they ended up scratching that. But that was my hope at first. I was like, God damn it, finally we'll have a BBC America iPlayer.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm actually, I'm not gonna say I'm more interested in knowing where they're gonna land than when we're getting the new season, but that's something that has been rocking my head for a bit. So we'll see. Um, okay, so no more Disney partnership. So VPN time for us Americans on this side of the world. And the announcement, okay, we get the Christmas special in 2026, and then they mention the plans for the future of the show will be announced in due course. That's literally what they say.
So don't stay attached to Billy Piper.
So they're like, hey, new Christmas special confirmed. What happens next? Wait, we'll
Mhm.
let you know. So there's not a ton for us to grab onto right now, other than the excitement that we know the show is still
Still
around.
alive. Yeah.
Could it get canceled still? Yeah, it could. But at least the Christmas special. Oh, and Russell T Davis is doing the Christmas special.
Mhm.
Will he do the next season or series? No word on that yet.
Nope.
I wonder if they know.
Here's the thing with the funnily enough, we're called Bad Wolf Broadcast and they're called Bad Wolf Studios. Bad Wolf Studios notoriously has no fucking idea what they're doing. Like,
No, but
and
I'm not asking Bat Wolves, because Bat Wolf Studios is attached to RTD, right?
yeah, but Bad Wolf Studios is the production company that runs Doctor Who.
Even when he's not, I thought it was like a Bat Robot thing. Like,
Yes and no. It is a sort of Bad Robot thing, but Russell T Davis did not create Bad Wolf Studios.
okay,
He just works for them.
okay.
So I believe like they also don't know what the plan is, and I think it's all about let's come up with the story, let's look at what story we want to tell, and then maybe try to go from there to figure out who's the best person to run this. Because I mean, I'd be fine with Russell T Davis staying. I'd also be fine with anybody else coming back if they want to. And I'm also fine with a completely new person coming over and being the showrunner for the show. But this is one of those things that I'm not surprised at all about, mostly because Bad Wolf does this, they're notorious for this. But yeah, we'll see. I really don't know. I really don't know where they're going. I'm still reeling on Billy Piper. I still have thoughts about all that.
Okay,
Like,
I'm assuming, and I want to get your thoughts on this. She will be the protagonist of the Christmas special.
I would assume so.
Okay.
Unless it's another bait and switch situation.
I'm going to ask you a question that'll lead to another question. Do you think Russell T Davis stays around after this episode?
Well, I go back to my answer from before. Like, I'd be fine if he does, but I'd be fine if he doesn't. Like, I'm not attached to him.
That's not the question. The question is, do you think he stays?
I think he will. I think they're still trying to use him as the one all be all, like the original guy,
Okay, I'm gonna be the contrarian. I don't
Okay.
think he stays around after it.
All right.
It's like, if you read the announcement, they say, "We are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special."
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I'll emphasize the fact that I don't think they still know where they're taking the show after this. So maybe they just don't know if he'll stay or not. But I kind of think like this will be it.
What was the question that would lead to the other question? Or what was the question that this question was leading to?
It's not so much it's not so much a question, just more like a thought that I have. I think this will maybe, it's getting cold out there, guys.
It is.
I think it's more like, I think this will be his swan song of this version 2 of Russell T Davis Doctor Who.
So we're saying Billy is coming out, David Tennant is gonna be there.
No. Maybe
Christopher Eccleston.
the reconciliation. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be with Billy.
Another 3 Doctors adventures, but it's Rose,
Tennant
and Eccleston. All right, so question. Do you think this is a one and done for Billy? In the sense that the 3 specials for Tennant were a one and done for him. It was 3 episodes, but he only came for that, right?
I don't know. I've actually been thinking about this. I could see like maybe the BBC being like, "Hey, Russell, come back, tell this story, and undo that thing, like undo it."
Well, you know what? A lot of people are after this came out. Obviously, all the fans are now going back to the show and like talking about it. And all I've seen on Twitter and Instagram and everything is people putting the regeneration sequence of Chuti and Billy, and everybody's like, why is the regeneration energy still going on? Usually it ends after they change, and like, what are we? And I was like, first of all, we're grasping at straws
Yeah,
here. We're literally
every
grasping at
single
straws.
regeneration is super different from
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
one.
And it's like, it's literally the end shot. So it could just be that the shot hadn't end,
Well,
it
we
just,
don't know what's going on down there. Like she could see,
exactly.
she could still be regenerating. You bigot.
Yeah, we don't know. And so there's so many ways that they can tackle this. I mean, I've always said it. I love the idea of the Doctor revisiting who he used to be, right, in his past. And what better way to do that than becoming one of your companions, right? I think it also opens up the possibility for a can of worms,
Yeah.
like what could it be? We really don't know. It's like, this is a cake, we're gonna cut into it, but we have no fucking idea if there's actual cake inside there. It's literally, is this cake?
You know what would be the ultimate troll that Russell could do? So this I'm jumping off a question I was gonna ask, but we talked about this when we did like the series on the Christmas specials, and we talked about how sometimes the Christmas specials tie directly into the story, and sometimes you can be like, this could have happened anywhere in this Doctor's tenure because like it's a completely detached story. The
Oh yeah,
ultimate
completely.
troll, I think, could be like Russell telling the story. He brings in Billy Piper, but he answers no questions. Like, nah, Billy Piper has to do this thing and save a Christmas tree from aliens and robots.
I would almost like it, it's weird because one thing that we don't do a lot, I mean, honestly, well, no, Matt does it, I guess, but you remember Capaldi, right? Deep Breath, his first episode.
No.
When he changes, he knows he's changed, but he has no idea what he looks like until he sees himself in that mirror in the street, right? Where he steals the fucking homeless guy's coat and everything. Give me your coat. Give me your coat. And obviously, like, I think Matt Smith sees himself in the mirror at Amy Pond's house. Shooty obviously has David Tennant in front of him, so like they can tell they're different,
Like, Shooty's so sure of himself. He knows he's Shooty.
So, and then obviously with Jodie, the big thing is that he's a woman now, so he knows he's physically changed. Now that we're doing another woman with Billy, it would be super interesting if the entire episode she has no idea what she looks like until the end, and then he's like, "What?" Like, I don't know. It'd be fun to play around with that because I think one of the best things about the Doctor's regeneration episodes is that mystery of himself finding himself out, realizing who he is in that moment and who he's evolving to, right? Which I think Capaldi does amazingly, Matt Smith does amazingly, Chuti did amazingly, even Jodie did amazingly. Like that, like, who am I? Like, who am I supposed to be, right? Like with Jodie, the whole thing of like, I was in the tip of my tongue.
I think
like,
Jodie's first episode is one of my favorite episodes of her.
Yeah.
Like,
because I just like she doesn't even
yes,
remember her name.
Okay, let me think. Do you think the episode will open right where they left us, or again, is this gonna be a troll situation? They're like,
I think they're gonna troll us with a cold open just because I think it could work, like setting up what the story will be. Let's say, for example,
like 2 hours earlier.
a space station is blowing up somewhere or whatever. I don't know. Let's, again, throwing shit out there. And then we cut to the regeneration and the Doctor finding themselves in this precarious situation.
I was thinking the Doctor is in the middle of nowhere in outer space, and the Doctor just trashed the TARDIS. So I want to know what the TARDIS looks like right
No,
now.
me too. Me too.
No.
100%. 100%. Just the
Well,
TARDIS crash landing on an alien planet that,
that would be maybe a bit derivative of Jodie's first episode. Now that I think of it,
well, but she's on Earth, and the TARDIS is still good. It's not like she broke it. She just fell from it.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I kind of like the idea of like similar to with into was it is the Wild Blue Yonder, where the TARDIS
goes away.
is kind of out of commission. Like that idea of like, yeah, maybe she blew up the TARDIS. The TARDIS is now crash landed somewhere,
Fuck you,
and she
I'm
has
leaving.
to figure out her life. But the TARDIS isn't help, you know. The TARDIS isn't like a crutch or, you know, a plot point, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Tony. I don't think I have many more questions. I'm not gonna dare try to speculate what the Christmas special is gonna be about, because like it could literally be anything. So, but any hopes, anything you want? Again, this is more than a year away. So
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the biggest thing that I want overall is a direction.
okay.
It wasn't always easy to find direction with Shooty's run. Like, where are we going? Like, what's the path that we're
Don't
leading
worry
to?
about it.
I would just prefer, like, at the very least, at the end of the Christmas special, lets us know, okay, this is where we're going now. It's not like you don't have to give me the whole, like, next season on Doctor Who, but, like, at the very least, we're like, this is the journey that Billy or whoever is taking over. If it's not Billy, like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, what if the regeneration isn't over and then she turns into Martha?
Turns into someone else. Like, no.
Yeah.
Or she keeps regenerating into different people throughout the
Wow.
I'll go back to something I said when we talked about the season 2 finale. They took this big swing with this.
Mhm.
I really hope they stick with it. Like,
Yeah.
you want Rose to be the Doctor? That's crazy, but you went for it, so Rose is the Doctor. Unless they do like this whole story that kind of makes sense to maybe just have her for the Christmas special and then she reverts back to Chuti.
I don't want it to be a backpedaling. I want there to be a story reason as to why it's happening. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't want it to just be like, no, actually, Russell decided that we're going back, you know?
Yeah, again, going back to a lot of things we've talked about before, like it's crazy, but like if the Doctor can regenerate into anyone, then yeah, he can regenerate into Rose. Like it's not a stretch.
And we've already established the fact that he can regenerate into people he's known before and regenerate himself into another version of himself. Like that's
Mm.
already been established, you know? So again, I just don't want them to suddenly be like, oh, you know what? We're actually forget about everything we've shown you
Yeah.
before. Like that would just kind of sour it a little bit for me.
Yeah, if she regenerates into just some guy, like yeah, I'm the new Doctor. Hey, maybe it works and I love it. I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. Oh, Tony, something. This doesn't really have to do with the Christmas special. It has more to do with they leaving Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Do you think there's a chance with them not being in Disney Plus that they go back to longer seasons?
I think so. It's hard to tell with the next episode being the Christmas special because likely that one will be a little longer than normal.
Yeah.
I think now that they're going away from this whole Disney Plus thing, I wish they just go back to normal, like regular 45-minute episodes. Like I don't need any longer. I didn't really enjoy the shorter, but I also think there's space for variety. I think it's fine if like I would prefer they go back to 13 episodes a season instead of the fucking 6 or 8 that we get now.
You got 8. They did shorter with Flux, of course, but
Right.
that was like a whole
So
thing.
I prefer they go back to like 13, but then you can have variety in lanes. Like if there's an episode that's just 30 minutes, I'm fine with that. If there's an episode that's 45, I'm fine with that. I think it's just about the story. As if the
Yeah.
story is good, the length really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, I was kind of thinking maybe that, because like they attributed a lot to, oh, this is Disney. Like Disney was the distributor, not the producer of the show. They did pour a bit of money into it, like for the second season,
Mhm.
but I do think like them being the distributors, maybe they did have a say in, hey, in America we do shorter seasons
We
now.
do shorter shows.
So maybe not. But I would like them to do at least 10. I think that was one of my issues with this new run. Like, I'm still a fan of the Shruti run. Like, there are some episodes there that are some of
Yeah.
the best Doctor Who episodes in a while. But it I think it felt weird sometimes. Like,
Mhm.
it's shorter, so we tell the story, but also we want to be like this um adventure of the week thing, but we kind
That's
of can't. And I kind of feel like I always go back to that first episode of Doctor Who, like with the Echo Son. Like that episode does a great job in the first like 5 minutes of it, just showing you like the Doctor and a blonde girl just running, and that's Doctor Who.
Mhm.
And I kind of feel sometimes this season lost that. Maybe it's been losing it for a while. Maybe late Capaldi, because like everything with Bill was just such a different companion from like what we had before, that it also kind of lost that beat a little bit.
Mhm.
So I kind of wish it goes back to that, even if it's just a girl running with a younger boy or something. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm I'm definitely into that. I feel like we need to focus on the stories and not try to think about and like not trying to think about putting hats on hats. I think that's really where Doctor Who sometimes falls. It's when you try to put too many hats on too many hats. Like sometimes the best episodes are the most straightforward ones and the most simple ones, and those like Monster of the Week episodes that yes, answer a few things of lore and like arc, but they're not all about that, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like with these later seasons, it's all about the arc. It's all about, nope, actually, every episode has answers for you. And I'm like, sometimes I want an episode that doesn't have answers for me. And I'm
yeah,
just fucking running around the city, running away from aliens.
yep. So
Loving monsters, man. Loving
I
monsters.
I like that episode. Tony, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Honestly, just so excited that we finally have a legitimate confirmed answer and that we we understand that Doctor Who is still in flux. See what I did there? But it's not going anywhere. I think that's really what matters the most to me. Like, that they're not killing it just because a bad deal with Disney or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So I uh, reminder, we get the War of Land and Sea. Will we be covering it? I'm leaning to no, but maybe we can do like an episode on the whole season. I'm still not sure if I want to watch it. I'm terrible with watching new TV shows. I'm sorry.
I know, I
We'll
know.
see.
I will say this though. I wanna at least watch the first episode just to see how I feel about it. Like I remember the first Doctor Who spin-off. Well, not the first, the latest one, Class,
Hmm.
which I kind of liked. Honestly, I kind of thought it was pretty cool. Um, I never got into the Sarah Jane Adventures, but a lot of people love that show. Like they
Yeah.
really did. So who
You were into
knows? Like,
Torchwood, right?
and Torchwood, I did like a lot.
Okay.
Torchwood is
So
great.
you
Peter
told me it's
Capaldi's
Doctor
in
Who
it.
but with sex.
Yeah, literally, it's
uh
exactly that.
okay. No, I don't think I'll watch any of those. Maybe I'll watch. I don't know. I still don't know.
You should watch Torchwood season 3.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Um. Let me think. So, okay, we have that. We also have that animated show That's
Oh, the kids show,
yeah, the CBs.
the
I think it's
CBs.
so again, Doctor Who is in the zeitgeist, which is important. And then in Christmas 2026, the Doctor returns. And when will we return? I also don't know the answer to that question. We'll probably be back once we get an announcement on what's next. We
Yep.
were hoping to do an episode after they hyped up Comic-Con and nothing came out of it.
Nope.
Um, but if we get like an announcement on the future of the show, we'll probably do an episode like this one, and probably nearing the release of something, we'll do like a series, or maybe a couple months beforehand we'll start doing
Mhm.
something. But yeah, probably the podcast will be dormant for a while, but as the Doctor will be back, and as Luke Skywalker said, no one is ever really gone.
True.
The
True
man, the myth, the
story.
legend.
True story. Yeah, no, we're very excited. We're here keeping track of everything. If more news comes out, we'll definitely keep all of you posted. But as of right now, it's a waiting game.
But by the way, before we go, I just want to tell a quick story. It's a sign of the times. Like when I got the news, I had to check the Twitter handle like 1,000 times. Is this the correct one? Okay, it has the certified. Wait, but are they paying for the certified, or are they not paying for it? Okay, let me open the link. Wait, but is this the actual BBC official site, or is this a blog? So, sign of the times, baby.
Yeah, no,
But whatever.
always check your sources, people. Always
Yeah,
check your sources.
so before I sent you the link, I did like a whole cross-reference thing for like 5
I
minutes.
appreciate that, because the minute you sent it to me, I was like, "Yay, finally!" I
Yeah.
didn't do any research.
Yeah. All right, people. That's it for us. Follow everything in the description down below. We'll be back at some point between now and Christmas 2026. It probably won't be 6 months before we're back. We'll probably be back doing something
Yeah.
closer, but we'll see. Tony, take us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for sticking with us in the future of Doctor Who. And with that, Geronimo.